Hello, good members. Hello, good people. However you all are watching this, whether you are seeing the episode as it's first put up on the channel or you made it all the way to January, very happy to have you all here for the finale of RGT to 1K, where we're going to be doing some memeing. First of all, I want to give a huge shout out to anybody who became a member on the channel to support this channel or the series. You all gave money as support for the channel, which is something that nobody had to do at all. So that is not lost on me. I know I've talked about it a few times over the history of this series, but wanted to give one last big thank you to you all. I appreciate it very much. But even if you aren't a member of the channel, I appreciate your support very much. I'm going to keep making these videos because you all keep watching them, you keep supporting them, and it's, you know, it's a whole lot of fun to have this community here, to interact with you all, and just have some fun playing GOAT. But to close the series out here, I decided that I'm going to play 4 different sort of meme style RGT decks, one being Dark Magician that you see on the screen now. We also have Horus, which is a little less memey. It's going to be the best of the 4 decks here by far, but I realized we hadn't played any Horus in this series, which seems really odd for an RGT series. I guess I just kind of got consumed by machines and never really played any Horus, but we're going to fix that today. We also have a deck called Stargate. We'll get to that in a little bit. And then we are going to close with what used to be a Meme Deck Monday on the channel. We have Sphinx Gate as our 4th deck. So I'm going to be playing 1 match with each deck, and we'll be doing a deck profile of each one before I get into the match with it. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started with our Dark Magician deck here. I have no idea who originally sent a Dark Magician deck over to me. Maybe I built it myself, I guess, because it was awful. It was really bad. I made a lot of changes and I, in a way, made it worse. That's pretty awesome. But yeah, so we are playing 2 copies of Dark Magician. We have Dark Magician Knight to go along with Knight's title, because I really just want to go with the Dark Magician theme here. Of course, we have our Dark Magician Girl. We also have Sage's Stone to go along with that. And we have 2 copies of Skilled Dark Magician to hopefully pull our Dark Magician out of the deck when we can't hit it off of Reasoning or Monster Gate. We do have a DMOC in here because 1, it's mandatory in Reasoning Gate, and 2, we have 2 copies of Dedication Through Light and Darkness. For other Dark Magician cards, of course, we have the Dark Magic Attack. We also have Thousand Knives, which is legal in GOAT format, believe it or not. From there, it's a pretty standard RGT shell, but I don't expect really to get a win with this deck, but it would be really sick, especially if we can summon Dark Magician Knight. That would be just awesome. This card, I mean, is not good at all. But I don't know if I've ever actually summoned it before, so that would be sick to do. The only cards that we're actually missing from the Dark Magician archetype in GOAT format is we don't have Dark Paladin, so we don't have Buster Blader in the deck. We don't have Miracle Restoring, I believe is the name of the card. We also don't have Dark Flare Knight, and we don't have Dark Sage. I at first tried to get a way to make Dark Sage work, but it's kind of, I don't know. We'd have to put a Time Wizard in here, and I don't know. I think it would just, it'd be a little harder to do, and I've already done a Dark Sage deck. I'm just going to focus on these sides of the Dark Magician things, I suppose. Looking at the side here, we do have a couple copies of Spell Canceller. We have the Chicken. We do have our Jinzo in the side. The other stuff, just pretty good cards for RGT in the side. So yeah, like I said, don't really expect to win the match with this one, but yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. All right, we've got our Dark Magician match here. We're not going to be going first. Unfortunate, but I think that's a fitting way to start after all of the adversity here at the end of the series. This is actually after the series, or after the season is over. So we're not really looking at ELO. I promised a meme episode, and I wanted to do that anyway, so here we are. Opponent leads on Thunder Dragon, grabs a couple cards off of Pot of Greed as well. I've got a Dark Magic Attack here. If I can hit Dark Magician off of Reasoning, that'd be pretty sick. Let's see what else the opponent has. We have a Kaiku. Okay. Not too worried about that one. I do have a Ring of Destruction. Oh, just a pass? We're going to discard a Thunder Dragon. Okay. Sage's Stone. All right. So now if we get into Dark Magician Girl, we can also go into Dark Magician. So I'm going to throw down this Reasoning, see what they call. We don't have an 8 in our deck. We don't have or we do have an 8. We don't have a 2, but we only have one 8, of course, being the Dark Magician of Chaos. We mill over the Knight's title and the 1,000 Knives. Okay. And all right, we hit the Dark Magician. That's pretty good. We do have Dark Magic. Delicious. We got to win with our Dark Magician. All right, I'm going to leave that in because a win with Dark Magician, that's good in my book. But I'm going to get another one. We're not just going to leave it there on a rage quit. All right, here we are. Did you all know that they banned Victory Dragon in Yu-Gi-Oh! Because whenever it like wins a game, you win the match? But they didn't ban Dark Magician, even though it has the hidden effect of whenever it's summoned, you win the match. It's kind of odd. Card's just broken. This hand, Knight's title, man. I'm just going to set Scapegoat and pass the turn here. Maybe we draw into a Monster Gate. That would be ideal. We do have one meta in the deck. Definitely don't need to play out anything else. So much for my Scapegoat, I guess. Good old Enraged Battle Ox. Love to see it. I think I'm still going to flip the Scapegoat here. Because I think I want a Heavy Storm and Reasoning. And, oh, Prima. Yeah, now I definitely want to Reasoning here. And we've got a nice little True Nade to go along with the Prima as well. Okay. Let's just see if we can build ourselves into a great position here. Take out this back row. Hopefully get into Dark Magician. Go into Dark Magician Knight. Take out this Battle Ox. Okay, Call the Haunted out of here. That's pretty good. Just throw down Reasoning. Doesn't matter what they call. We can get it back with Premature Burial. Also, it doesn't matter what they call because their call is in the graveyard. Ha 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 ha. They call 8. We get our mill on here. All right, Skilled Dark. That's... yeah, it's not incredible, but maybe at some point we can get it into a Dark Magician. Let's just go ahead and attack over this Enraged Battle Ox. And I will pass the turn. I would say I feel great about our position, but 2 of the cards in our hand are Dark Magician and Knight's Title. Though the opponent is helping out with our skilled Dark Magician here. We do get to put a spell counter on it, so we're only 2 away. Maybe they can play some more spells? Maybe they can not attack over this? There's Enraged Battle Ox. I imagine there's going to be Berserk Gorilla over there, so... And checking out the graveyard. What else we got after that Pot of Greed, opponent? Exiled Force. Okay, that's not the worst. Not attacking a goat either. Pretty happy about that. Okay, we have Premature Burial. Yeah, I mean, they still could have cleared 2 goats. But far be it from me to complain. I will take my 1,700, and I will be happy. Ooh, Snatch Steal. Okay. I mean... it's here. I could wait a turn. I think that's playing with fire. If I Prima... man. I can't do the True Nade first, so maybe I just Snatch Steal and attack. I think that's probably what I do. Maybe save the Prima for later. Yeah. Just attack for 17 here. If they use a Battle Trap, that's fine. That works out pretty well for me. If I summon Dark Magician Knight here, it's just not doing anything is the problem. Yeah, and I think I'm just going to pass the turn. Go ahead, opponent. They gained 1,000. It's no big deal. Yeah, they just went past their standby phase. So I'll remind them about the Snatch Steal effect. Next turn, say they like set a monster or whatever. Maybe then we Prima. Oh, Bazoo. Okay. Yeah, that can take out the Battle Ox. But that's okay. If they're just throwing out a Bazoo now. Oh, they're attacking a goat. Okay. Okay, I'm down for this. I understand the reasoning behind that, but I'm also just kind of okay with it, right? 1,000 Knives is interesting. I think I'm going to lead on Prima. I lead on True Nade... No, I'm going to lead on True Nade. Yeah, they just have too much back row. So lead on True Nade here. I know they get their Premature Burial back, but that's fine. Like, I'm going to have a Dark Magician on the board. Okay. So now, this will move over here. I'm going to Prima first, just so I can... I guess it doesn't really matter, right? Get back Skill Dark. And then I'm going to... I guess this doesn't really matter either. Just snatch the Bazoo. Now I'm in the spot where, like, I kind of don't want Tribute for Dark Magician. But I really do. I guess I should have taken the Enraged Battle Ox here. But I was thinking, like, I was going to go with the Dark Magician play. Alright, let's get some attacks in. And then I guess, because we have Premature Burial loaded up here and Snatch Steal, I will just Tribute for Dark Magician. We know one card in hand is Premature Burial. Yeah, I mean, we're playing the Dark Magician deck, right? We're going to summon the Dark Magician. Here it is. Go ahead. And I have 2 ways to destroy monsters? Okay. Please don't do anything to this. Just let it stay. Let it happen. We do know that they have more back row, which is kind of unfortunate. But what do we do about that? Yep, there's the Premature Burial. That's fine. Enraged Battle Ox is back. Okay, we're just going to attack over a token. That's fine with me. I'm just rereading Dark Magician Knight here. Oh, it targets any card on the field. Okay, for some reason I was thinking it just said monster, but that makes things a lot better. So, like, I can Thousand Knives and Knight's Title? Try to take out one of the back row? I don't hate that. I think I'm going to do it. I mean, I don't think I've ever resolved a Thousand Knives either. So, let's take out Enraged Battle Ox. And then I'm going to go into Dark Magician Knight. I know all of this is greedy, but this is the meme that we came here for. Alright, Battle Ox down. And I will Knight's Title. This okay, opponent? Yes. Alright, Dark Magician Knight. Come on down. Alright, I said this is what I wanted to do. Oh, alright. I'll take out this other card here. Thank you for showing the Torrential Tribute. Yep, we get rid of a Saku as well. Okay. Alright, and I lose a goat. Yeah, I guess, like, had I just left the Dark Magician on the board, it would have died to Sakuretsu. So, like, either way, I was going to lose all my stuff here. Card destruction, okay. Gets me a redraw, I guess, if I need it. And another back row. Graceful Charity. All right, that's a good pickup. Let's go ahead and throw that down. And what am I looking for here? Not that. Or that, I guess. Let's get rid of... let's just get rid of these. And then I guess I'll card destruction and pray? I guess, like, I could hit a Reasoning into Dark Magician? No, Dark Magic Attack. See, that's the card that I needed with the Dark Magician. Man, that would have... If I'd had the Dark Magic Attack there, that would have gone absolutely insane, but didn't. So, we're going to admit defeat here. I was definitely a little greedy, but that's okay. We're going to side in the Sacred Phoenix. We're going to side in the Jinzo. We probably just want all of these things, right? They probably have King Tiger in their deck as well, so Lightning Vortex looks good. We'll cut these. We can cut one of these. I think we can probably just cut the card destruction. The Dimension Fusion's not great here either. Probably just take that out. I'm bringing in Decree so I can cut a Trunade. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe I don't bring in the Raigeki Break. Break is really good against King Tiger. The Sage of Stone is so bad. Yeah, I'm just going to cut the Sage of Stone. That's all right. Let's see if we can take game 2 here. We got to... I get to do all the things that I wanted already. I'm pretty happy. Oh, speaking of happy. This hand, pretty good. I'm going to set Royal Decree, and I'm going to set the Scapegoat. If they have King Tiger, that's fine. I can snatch it and Monster Gate it off. MST, and they hit the Decree. Man. Into Battle Locks. Yep. All right. Well, that turn went very well for them. Seems pretty good. I think I'm just going to flip Scapegoat here on the end. I'm going to Monster Gate off a token rather than using the Snatch Steal here. I just don't think there's a reason to use it. Jinzo. That's a reason to use it. If I Snatch, summon Jinzo, and then Monster Gate, and then they have a Snatch Steal, it's pretty bad for me. Maybe I just don't Monster Gate. Giving up a lot of damage. All right, let's Snatch Steal, see if I can get into Jinzo. Dust. All right. Well, that's good information to have as well. Let's just Monster Gate then. If I hit Dark Magician Girl here, it's fine. Yeah. There it is. I can just tribute this for Jinzo. Or, yeah, I'm going to tribute for Jinzo. If they have Snatch Steal, they have Snatch Steal. I've got these 3 goats just kind of chilling here. We'll get rid of the Enraged Battle Ox. And, yeah. Do I play out Swords? Maybe? I'm not going to play out Swords here. It's fine. If they want to summon another Battle Ox and attack over one of these to deal some damage, that's fine with me. We can just play the Swords after or something. We'll see. Snatch Steal, sure. They did have it. But, oh, they have Prima too. Yeah, okay. I did think about Prima for a second, and I was like, yeah, if they have, you know, exactly that, that's fine. Okay. I'm going to lose all of the goats here. That's a... It's a pretty good turn. We only take 1,700. It's like, it's not the end of the world, but they needed like a specific set of cards really to take out all of the goats. I think it's fine. It's not fine. It's not fine. All right, we gain 1,000. They have Breaker too, man. I guess it didn't matter. Yeah, they could have just breakered the swords as well. Oh my god. That's 36, 6,000. I'm just dead. Okay, I'll play out the swords now. Set the meta, pass the turn. So it looks like we're not going to be getting our win with the Dark Magician deck, but you know. No, we did get our win. From the Rage Quit. All right. Oops. Oopsies. All right. Take the 4,800. Just making sure. Maybe they don't attack with everything. Who knows? And the Battle Ox. All right. Battle Ox getting in there. Unfortunately, not able to take down a full match with the Dark Magician deck, but I got to use Thousand Knives. I got to summon Dark Magician Knight. I got to summon Dark Magician Girl. We'll call it a success. Let's get on to the next deck. All right, we're here with our second deck. It is, of course, Horus. This deck was actually passed to me by Void, who has been on the channel a couple of times now. If you haven't checked out their channel, definitely do that. Actually working on building a brand new goat simulator, putting out a bunch of videos for that. So yeah, definitely go check that out. Link will be down in the description. But yeah, here we are focused on going into King Dragoon. We have 3 copies of Facilier to go along with 3 copies of Metamorphosis. We also have Cyberstein that can get Facilier out. So basically, we just want to be powering out Horus the Black Flame Dragon level 6, killing a monster, going into level 8. Pretty simple Horus stuff. Like I said, this is definitely the strongest deck that we've got in this video. A lot less memey, but I think it's really cool. Everything else, pretty much standard RGT stuff here. We only have one giant Trunade in the main, which I think is interesting. I think that's because we're also playing 2 copies of Royal Decree because they synergize so well with level 8. But that's it's an interesting idea. But yeah, here we are. The side deck, we've got, I mean, just mostly normal RGT stuff. We do have our Jinzo in the side. We don't have it in the main. But we do have My Body as the shield. As a shield, not the shield. We have one copy of My Body as a shield in the side, which is a card that I championed for a long time in GOAT format. I love this card. I think it's really good, especially in this deck. Just, you know, protect the king is the name of the game, right? Big Daddy Horus needs to stay on the field. If we've got to give up 1,500 life points to make that happen, then we've got to give up 1,500 life points to make that happen. But yeah, that's the deck. Let's get into the match. All right, here we are with our Horus match. We technically did get a win with Dark Magician. However, I would love to get a full match win here. I think this is the best deck to do it with. And yeah, we get to go first. That's pretty good. Open with a Royal Decree. Okay. Would love to see a Facilier off of this Graceful Charity. 2, 3. No, but not bad. I can discard a Royal Decree. I think probably just Demock. Maybe I get rid of MST. Huh. I could see that. Just keep both of my decrees around. If something happens to a decree, it's fine. MST is good against Snatch Steal, but so is like everything else I've got here, right? I'll just get rid of a Royal Decree. We'll keep the MST around. MST is also good against something like Premature Burial or whatever if we need that to be a thing. Oh, I'm doing it. Yeah, I'm going turn 1. All right, let's meta this off. It's just such a strong turn 1 play. It plays around Snatch Steal. It gets, you know, everything on the board here. And I'm just gonna set the decree, I think. Yeah, pass the turn. And we'll see what the opponent has. Like, I'm Snatch proof. I am a creature swap proof. Oh, I'm not Sasuke number 4 proof. That's for sure. Tails, Okay, goodbye. Ooh, we survived the Sasuke number 4 massacre. That could have been really, really bad. Okay, I'm just not going to activate the decree then here. Pot of Greed? All right. Don't mind if I do. And slam that. Solemn Judgment, maybe? Scapegoat and Jar of Greed. Okay. Yep, just gonna attack here. Got a Mirror Force. Wouldn't do the job, but... Alright, set Jar of Greed. And pass over the turn. I think we're looking pretty good here, unless the opponent has another number 4. No. They're just out of here? Okay. Number 4. So it could be a warrior deck. It could be something random. It could be actually clown control. That's totally possible. I'm going to side like it's a warrior deck, I think. And we're going to bring in all of this stuff, which is going to require me to cut a lot. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Let's get rid of the Stein. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a lot of cards. I guess from there, then I would also like cut these. I think Lightning Vortex is still probably good. Maybe I cut the Monster Reincarnation. That's not great for our level 8 idea, but it's probably fine. Maybe I'm not supposed to bring in all of these. I don't know. They're all pretty good here. What else am I supposed to cut? Call? Because I'm bringing in the extra decree? Call seems pretty good, but okay. All right, I'll make the swap. That might be oversighting. I've never played... I guess I have played with this version of the deck a long time ago, but I don't really remember. All of those cards just seem good for the aggro matchup, but I could I could very well just be oversighting here, and it could be incorrect. I'm willing to admit that. Duo hitting the pot of greed. Very nice. I think I'm going to keep the meta to go with the scapegoat. I'm just going to get rid of the Sakuretsu armor. Especially with the Royal Decree. Makes sense to keep the spell interaction, right? Alright, opponent grabs DD Warrior Lady. That's fine with me. Okay, a couple of back row and a monster. Second Royal Decree, you say? Well, I guess I wish I'd discarded the Royal Decree. Alright, let's set Scapegoat, set Decree, pass the turn. Hopefully the Scapegoat doesn't get sniped here. Oh, Jog, okay. Sure. Yep. You have a DD Warrior Lady, you have a Donald Zalug, okay? Just gonna activate Scapegoat here. Maybe I was supposed to Royal Decree at the beginning of battle phase, but yeah, maybe I was supposed to. Just to play around Solemn Judgment here, because the Scapegoat's actually pretty important, right? Alright, flip Royal Decree now. Awesome. Ring of Destruction. Okay. It's not a 0, I guess. Assuming the Royal Decree is going to get canned at some point. Hopefully there's no Book of Moon over there. Would really like for this tear to go through. Okay. And I'm just going to take your DD Warrior Lady, please. Just tack into Mr. Don Zalug. Get that out of here. I don't think I'm going to set the ring just yet. Heavy Storm is definitely a possibility to take out the Decree. Smashing Ground. Unfortunate. But lose the tear here. Probably going to lose this game if I had to guess. We're not like out of it. A Reasoning would go a long way. A Monster Gate, assuming the opponent doesn't have another monster here. To take out our goat. I would say definitely behind, unless Royal Decree is just locking down a bunch. What do we... Oh, Prima. Yeah, that's bad for me. I do have Vortex, so like... I can take that out, and I'm probably going to have to. Okay. Unfortunately, we don't have another goat. I guess I could just set everything, but... I don't think I like that. I think I'm just going to Lightning Vortex pitching Decree. Let's get rid of the Don Zalug. Like, the opponent clearly doesn't have another monster. So let's just go ahead and get rid of like what's probably the biggest threat. We do -1 ourselves, but like Dawn would -1 us anyway. Picking up a Reasoning here. Pretty good. Pretty good. Hopefully it works out. See what the opponent calls. Now they call 8. Okay, we do have a Demok in the deck, of course, but we'll see. Maybe we hit something else. All right, we hit the level 6. That's pretty nice. Throw that down. Do I need to meta this into anything? I don't... They do have Dark Light in the graveyard. I could go into Dark Blade. Yeah, Chaos Monster is one of the ways I lose this, right? So let's just go into Dark Blade here. That seems good for me. Come on down. Bladey boy. Sick. It's just monsters, right? Yeah. I do not summon this card very often. Have an ultimate rare in my collection. It's sick. It's a it's a beautiful card. I wish I could summon it more, but it never comes up. All right, just a pass from the opponent. Okay, I wish I wasn't drawing all of these traps, but it's okay. It's okay. Just double check the graveyard. Yep, nothing in there. Opponent's at 1700. We'll pass the turn. I feel like I might just be locking down. Uh-oh. That was a good one. Snatch Steal was a very, very good pickup. I wish I could get this Decree off the board. My heavy is gone. I think I sided out the True Nade too to bring in the Royal Decree. Okay. Okay. Reasoning's pretty good here. Gain 1,000. Just throw down the Reasoning. Hope it works out again. They do call 8. Okay. Good chance of this hitting. Facilier. Awesome. Thank you. come on down. And yeah, I'm just going to attack over this Dark Blade. You can deal 600. I'm not setting the ring here. Basically, I'm just, at this point, the opponent needs to remove this Royal Decree. So whenever they do, then I'll just start setting all my traps and I'll try to use ring to win the game. If you flip wrong, you lose. No, they didn't. Okay, I lose the Facilier. Oh man, I'm gonna lose a game to Sasuke. Okay, Scapegoat's very good here. That can buy quite a bit of time. And do I have a meta left? I do have a meta left on the deck. Okay, if I draw into a meta here, I'm pretty good too. All right, just set that past the turn. I can take 1200 here. Heavy. Okay, well, I'm gonna activate Scapegoat now. They get rid of the Decree, but they also get rid of their back row. So, I mean, there's a real chance this ring just works out here. Would you like to flip? Maybe not. They probably have a judgment back there if they're setting this much. Ooh, Graceful Charity. That's a good one. Do I still have... No, Snatch Steal's gone. Still have a Brain Control on the deck. They're going to Solemn the Graceful Charity. That makes sense. I'm going to set Torrential, set Ring, pass the turn. And I'm going to wait on this ring. Dust Tornado, hit. Okay. Hits Torrential, that's fine. I'm just going to wait on this ring. There's no reason to fire it off now. Lose the token. This one's this one's becoming a nail biter. This has been a very back and forth good game. Ooh, Monster Gate? That's pretty disgusting. I do still have... I got all kinds of stuff. I even have a Jinzo in the deck. Alright, well, that's Monster Gate. Alright, this one works out, so probably no... D... Mock. Okay, I think... just get Heavy Storm, right? Sure. Hope it works out here. Eh. Oh. Well, I'm gonna ring in response and target your Sasuke. We did it. We beat the Sasuke Samurai. These were good games, opponent. GG's. I guess game one I kind of just like ran over him, right? So maybe the second game was a good game, but yeah. We'll give the opponent a GG. That was a pretty bit of words. That was a pretty back and forth game there. At the end, I just kind of out top decked the opponent, I guess. But hey, that's gonna happen sometimes whenever you're playing Scapegoat and Monster Gate. But hey, we picked up a full match win with Horus, even though it was a bit of a short one. So we're kind of 2-1 now. All right, let's get on to the Stargate deck. All right, we got our half win with Dark Magician. We got our full win with Horus. Now, it is time to bring out the ultimate obedient friend. This deck is called Stargate. I got this from Petty. I believe he sent it to me during one of my streams a long time ago. The reason that he calls this Stargate is we're playing monsters with stars or levels that people usually don't call off of reasoning. Obviously, we have our DMOC, which is just kind of mandatory. A lot of people call 8, but people don't usually call 7. So we've got 3 copies of Facilier. People don't usually call 5, so we have 2 copies of Vampire Lord, which is really sick. And then people never call 10. We learned that from the Sphinx Gate video from Meme Deck Monday a long time ago. But Ultimate Obedient Fiend and Facilier both work really well with Skill Drain. In fact, more often than not, you have to have Skill Drain on the field to even be able to attack with this guy. But in GOAT format, 3,500 attack backed up by a Skill Drain is very, very potent. So super excited to be able to play with this card. Me as a kid, little Timmy in 5th or 6th grade or whenever this came out, was like, ooh, 3,500 attack? That's a lot. And you can just like tribute summon this thing. You don't even have to go through all of the things to get out Valkyrion or Perfectly Ultimate Great Moth. This is awesome. And then, of course, it's not awesome. But yeah, apart from that, we do have a little bit of spice going on here. We've got a couple of stray lambs, so we could actually play this turn 1 in tribute set Ultimate Obedient Fiend. We also have Embodiment of Apophis, which this card has a lot of rulings. I've got the rulings pulled up on the side here in case I need to get to those. But yeah, just another monster that we have access to attack with. It doesn't, like, skill drain doesn't affect it really at all. It's like cards like Royal Decree and Jinzo that work with it kind of awkwardly. But yeah, we've got this one here as well. Everything else pretty standard for RGT stuff. Looking at the side, we do have 3 copies of Spell Canceller. We're not messing around with the mirror match. We have 2 copies of Hell Poemer. So this card obviously is awful. And I learned today the hard way that this card has to be destroyed by battle to get its effect. So maybe we bring it in against, like, the aggro decks or something, if that's what we play against. But man, this card's sick. I used to collect Pharaonic Guardian as a kid, so I'm really excited to see this, but we'll see if it comes up. The rest of the stuff in the side here, just regular RGT stuff, so not going to go over that. Let's go ahead and grab a match. All right, we've got our Stargate match here. Let's pull Rock the opponent, actually rocking the Troll Mole. Love to see that. That is a very old avatar, I believe. I don't remember the last time Dueling Book had that around. But unfortunately, we're going to be going second. That's okay. What I want from this deck is I want to summon Ultimate Obedient Fiend, and I want to use Skill Drain, and I want to attack with it. That's my whole goal here. This hand's not bad. If the opponent puts something face up, we can brain control it, maybe go into Vampire Lord, or we can Monster Gate if the coast is clear. Of course, we have a True Nade. Things seem pretty all right. Opponent sets a monster, a couple of back row. Draw Heavy Storm. Okay, well, Vampire Lord's going back. So I guess that means if we do brain control, we have to Monster Gate. That's fine. Do I even set the Mirror Force? Probably do. Just in case there's like a Donald or something over there, right? Sure, let's set the Mirror Force. If it dies, it dies. It's not really that big of a deal. If it doesn't, and I opt to not use it, I do have Giant True Nade. Okay, Magical Merchant, that's cool. Maybe playing against an old goat control style of deck. Mirror Force, that's pretty good, but we do have the Heavy Storm. We do have the Giant True Nade. Okay, well, Breaker's going to take out the Mirror Force, but that's okay. We can just kind of like brain control that, Monster Gate it off. The opponent could definitely opt to not set the Mirror Force here. Yeah, maybe they do. Okay. This is fine. Enjoy. I could True Nade here, but I kind of just want a Heavy Storm because I think that's probably Mirror Force. Certainly doesn't have to be. I could also just brain control and attack. If they flip Mirror Force, they flip Mirror Force. There's also a chance I hit Vampire Lord. Like, there's also a chance I just hit Ultimate Obedient Fiend and things go very poorly. I'm just going to Heavy Storm here. I think it's Mirror Force. I don't know. They know about the Heavy Storm. It's Ring. Okay, well, we get rid of that too. That's pretty good. Let's take this Breaker, and I'm going to hope for no Ultimate Obedient Fiend here. No. All right. I understand. I do have another Monster Gate. Do I want a Monster Gate again? God, if I hit the other one, it's just... It's so bad. Yeah. We know about Mirror Force. I'm just going to Monster Gate it. Like, we would have to draw into Skill Drain on the next turn to make this... Oh, no. I was going to draw Scapegoat. Okay. Facilier. There we go. Something that can attack. Let's get some damage going here. Turns out if you put a giant level 10 brick in your deck, sometimes it's not good, right? Graceful Charity is a good pickup. We do have this Giant True Nade for the Mirror Force over there. Which is pretty nice. The opponent discards Heavy Storm MST. That makes sense. And we set a bunch of back row. And a monster. Okay. Oh, Vampire Lord. That beats Mirror Force. Yeah, okay, let's just tribute this off for Vampire Lord. That's going to beat a lot of things here. It's not going to beat Spy, so hopefully there's no Spy here. This does look like sort of old school goat control, so which it sometimes does play Spy. Dark Mimic level 1, the old lunchbox. Okay, Sook is fine, probably knock. Okay, yep. We lose the Vampire Lord. That's fine. That would have taken out Facilier just as well. So now... Okay, yeah, Reasoning is about the best draw possible here. Well, Giant Trunade, I guess. If I hit Demok here and mill over Prima, I just win. Assuming the opponent doesn't call 8. We can attack with Ultimate Obedient Fiend. Please. Get in there. It's just gonna die to Mirror Force, but you know, it's pretty cool. Tribe, come on. Well, you know, I got to attack with Ultimate Obedient Fiend because it was the only card I had. That was so sick. I don't like our chances of winning, but... If they didn't have Tribe, I was going to draw Trunade? I could have bounced the Mirror Force. No. Okay. So the Trunade is a bluff here. Ring's gone for the opponent, so we're not dead to what's currently going on. All right, Reasoning. It's coming back to taunt me. Okay. Sit here for a little bit, pass the turn. The Friend coming in the clutch. We hit all 3 of them, right? Yeah. See, friends show up in multiples. If you're lucky enough to have friends, I'm not good at friend making. Looks like control. So I'm gonna bring in the Vortex, and they're going like deep on Lunchbox, so maybe I bring in the Mind Control. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. Bring in the Knock. I think like if we take out the monsters, though, maybe Tear is just like a bigger problem. We do have skill drains, so okay. I think we can probably get rid of just card destruction and the brain controls, and maybe just get rid of a Stray Lambs here. Unfortunately, I don't think I want to bring in the Hell Poemer in this matchup. As cool as it is, let's just run it back. Maybe we get a skill drain. We were so close to winning that. If the opponent just didn't have the Tribe there, we just slam Giant Trunade and win. Okay, this hand's not bad. I think I'm just going to set turn 1 Scapegoat. Yeah, I don't think there's any reason really to overextend past that. I guess I could. No, I don't need to set the skill drain. I'm just going to pass the turn here. This is fine. If the opponent duos us, I guess I would wish I had set the skill drain, but that's okay. Sangan comes down. I'm just going to flip the Scapegoat. Would you like to attack one of my goats? Yes. Okay. And then opponent sets 2 back row. So now I'm pretty... Ooh. That's really good. Now I'm pretty free to set the skill drain. But I'm going to lead on Graceful Charity first. I even have a Compulse to deal with, like, Tear. Okay. Demok? Okay. The choices are endless. I think I'm going to discard my Ultimate Obedient Fiend. And yeah, I'm just going to discard the Vampire Lord. Sure, maybe Scapegoat comes in clutch a little bit later. And then, like, maybe our skill drain gets hit. We don't want to bring back the Fiend. We can just bring back the Vampire Lord or something like that. Oh, no. I wanted to discard the Demok. Yeah. And then I'm just going to Prima here. Target Demok. Okay, they have the Dust Tornado. That's fine. I'll throw down a Reasoning. I think that's okay. They call 4? Well, we don't have any 4s in this deck. Facilier, that's pretty good. Do I tribute for Vampire Lord to play around, like, battle traps or something like that? Because I do have skill drain. Yeah, Vampire Lord seems pretty good. If that's a Mirror Force or something, or like a Saku that the opponent definitely could have sided in. Let's summon out the V-Lord. This okay? And attack. Alright. We do less damage this way, but this just plays around more things. And I think I'm just going to call Spell here. Get that out of there. And then I'm just going to set the Skill Drain and the Compulse. See what the opponent decides to send. Hopefully something really good. Just like put Pot of Greed right here into the graveyard. Oh, Prima? Okay, I'm happy with that. That's a good card to take out of the opponent's deck, right? Yeah, they grab him off the Sangan. That's fine. That's what Skill Drain's for. Uh-huh. Yep, just set a monster. Sure. Meta? Okay. Cool. Yep. Tear comes down. Just gonna flip. Skill Drain here. We're eating very well. All right, meta? Meta's not great. Yeah, meta's not great here at all. That's okay. Let's just attack with the Vampire Lord. Over tear. Yeah, they take 2,000. I'm gonna call Spell again. Maybe we can ride this Vampire Lord to a victory here. That'd be pretty sick, right? Oh, Skill Drain. My bad. My bad. I will not ditch a spell from my opponent's deck to the graveyard. Opponent gets back Serpent. That's going to be annoying. Would love to see a Facilier or something here. Mirror Force. Okay. I could Compulse, but I don't think that's what I want to do here. I'm just going to attack with a Vampire Lord. If I had my opponent dead, then yeah, sure, I would use the Compulse, but that's all right. Set the Mirror Force, pass the turn. See what we can get into here. Or what the opponent has. Snatch Steal. Yeah. Oh, if I give it over... Yes, it's fine. Kaiku. Okay. Yeah. If I Mirror Force here, I lose out on the Vampire Lord, but... Get rid of the Kaiku. I'm just going to lose the goats. That's fine. I'll gain 1,000. Maybe I draw into something here. I could also compulse the Vampire Lord, like go into Tear and then tribute for Vampire Lord. We'll see. Oh, Monster Gate. Awesome. Well, that's a fantastic draw. Gain 1,000 here from the Snatch. Yep, let's just Monster Gate. See what we do here. Obviously, the opponent's back row is, you know, much better against... Oh, Solemn Judgment? That's aggressive. They're down to 2,500. We're pretty close, honestly, to winning here. With Compulse this, go into Tear, Tribute Summon? Dedemus Warrior Lady. Okay. I kind of just want a Scapegoat here, but maybe I do just Mirror Force. Yeah, I'm just going to Mirror Force here, and we'll lose out on the Vampire Lord. I think that's fine. I could Compulse it, but I think I'm just going to hold on to the Compulse. There are a lot of cards that I can draw into here that are pretty good. Truenade's not bad, actually. Truenade's quite good. Now I'm just going to pass the turn. Okay, face down monster. Cool. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna draw. Okay, another Skill Drain. Awesome. This is fine. Just keep passing the turn. We've got the opponent at 2,500. Opted to not compulse. It still makes sense to me. Stray lambs. Okay. If I play this, what does it do? Nothing? Yeah, we're just gonna pass the turn. It does like literal nothing here. Another reasoning would be good. Oh, Dust Rhino for the skill drain. Yeah, okay. That's fine. That makes our tear better. Off of meta, sure. Moth gets back, nothing impressive. Yeah, I get back Snatch Steal, it's fine with me. Sook. Ugh. Yeah, it's fine. It's like 1100 here. No big deal. I can just reset skill drain. Another compulse. Okay. Eventually, the opponent's going to draw into Heavy Storm and just actually own me, right? But I'm going to set the skill drain and I guess just pass the turn. I was kind of being a little stingy with the Scapegoat because, like, I don't have Stein in the deck. So Kaiku is fine. I guess I'm going to Scapegoat now, because that's a card that I would actually like to take with Tear. It's got some attack. Alright, they do attack over one of the goats, it's fine. The ultimate obedient fiend is here. I can... I can tribute set it. That's not really the worst thing in the world, right? That's probably Serpent. What if I tribute set this? Huh. I might be able to win next turn, honestly. Tear, suck, double compulse. Yeah, with Giant Trunade? Okay. Alright, we're going to set up for an ultimate obedient fiend win here. I'm going to play Stray Lambs. And Petty has asked me to use the correct lamb tokens for this, so I'm going to use both. This is such a sick field. Alright, remove, set. Set compulse, and pass the turn. I guess this doesn't, like, really win here if, oh no. Not my ultimate obedient fiend. That's okay. That's okay. I can still meta, take this Kaiku. Everything is fine. Oh, Ring. Ring is very good here. So now I can just, like, double compulse and win, right? Alright, let's throw down Giant Trunade. Double compulse these. Meta and then sack for Ring? That one? Okay, that's all I got. Send your monsters on back, please. What a weird game. Alright, let's meta, get rid of this. Summon out Tear. I don't know how I cobbled together a win. I feel like I played this game poorly, or at least like there were some decisions that could have been a lot different. But I think we're gonna get there. Attack with Tear. And maybe I was just rewarded for holding on to the compulse. I was very, very conservative with that. Like, I could have taken that Vampire Lord back, gone into Tear, summoned Vampire Lord, dealt some damage and all that good stuff, but I don't know. It made sense to not do it at the time. And I think it might work out here. Hopefully the opponent doesn't, you know, have a Book of Moon and they sandbag it till the end phase to play around exactly Ring. Breaker. I think... Yeah, I'm just going to let this go. We're just protecting Ring at all costs now. What are we targeting? Oh, well, now I guess I have to ring. Goodbye, Breaker. Goodbye, your life points? Maybe? Let's go. Let's go. We get a game 3. All right. Okay. Okay. Maybe I do want the Nox here. I've got the Compulses. The Stray Lambs was so sick. Yeah. Maybe it is better than Lightning Vortex. I know my opponent's just going to end up whipping out the Scapegoat on me, and I'm going to be really sad. Maybe I actually just cut Mirror Force for Nock as well. No, they've got stuff like DD Warrior Lady and Kaiku and stuff. They're being pretty aggressive, so maybe that's another reason to not have Nock in the deck. I'm gonna trust the intuition on this one. I'm gonna leave the Lightning Vortex in. And I think the reason behind that is like they showed that they were a little bit more aggressive, so Nock isn't quite as devastating as it would be against something like actual Chaos Turbo. And also, I do still have the 3 skill drains. I do have the Mind Control on the deck, so I think that's just kind of the way that we're going to be going here. This hand's okay. Would love to see a skill drain. Obviously, skill drain is just kind of the nut. Okay. I don't really like throwing off the reasoning here, especially while I have 2 giant Trunades in hand. I kind of just want to summon Facilier and attack. Oh, we're thinking. Alrighty then. Royal Oppression is here. I'm just going to summon Facilier then. Cool. Not wasting a giant Trunade on just one random Royal Oppression. Alright. We attack over the lunchbox successfully. Sounds good. Set Compulse, pass the turn. Do your worst, opponent. Oh, that's fine. Oh, that is fine. The stats get reset. GG. What do you mean? We get a little bit of a shame concession from the opponent there, I guess. We'll take it. We got to attack with the Ultimate Obedient Fiend in game 1 because we didn't have any other cards. That was so sick. And then we had that. It was a really cool game too. I don't know if I played it correctly. There were a bunch of different decisions like holding on to the Compulse and stuff like that. But I don't know. I just felt like being stubborn, holding on to those to get a little bit extra value, holding on to the Scapegoat made a whole lot of sense to me. Yeah, I mean, hey, we're able to pick up the match, whether we get to play a full game 3 or not. Yeah. Everybody ready for Sphinx Gate? What is that you say? You wanted to see more skill drain. We are here with, I think, the exact list that I ran in the Meme Deck Monday whenever I played Sphinx Gate. This was forever ago at this point. I haven't really played around with this deck since then, but I remember it being a whole lot of fun to get to play Ante, which is just a ridiculously fun card. So this is Sphinx Gate, of course. We have Thean and the Great Sphinx, which I still haven't summoned. We have an Andro Sphinx, a couple of Andro Sphinxes, a couple of Sphinx Talias. Basically, people aren't going to be calling level 10s, but these are slightly better than Ultimate Obedient Fiend. They can't attack the first turn that they're summoned unless we have skill drain, but they can attack at some point, and they actually have... You know what? Ultimate Obedient Fiend actually has a pretty good effect if it destroys a monster, but these have like damage dealing effects, which is also pretty good. We do have just some regular RGT stuff from there, just as a regular lineup. We do have our first Air Knight Parshath, I believe, of the video. Love this card. Everybody loves this card, right? I think that's just a consensus in GOAT format. Air Knight Parshath is cool. Apart from that, not a whole lot of spice. Of course, we do have 2 copies of Pyramid of Light, so we can just summon out the Sphinxes from hand. Maybe trigger to get out our Thean and the Great Sphinx. We have, of course, the 3 antes because we are playing a lot of level 10s and a couple of level 8s. So oftentimes this is just going to discard a card from your opponent's hand and they're going to take some damage. pretty sick. Skill Drain, of course, works very, very well with the Sphinxes, so that's why we've got a couple of copies here. We're not like all in on it. We only have one Facilier. It's not good with DMOC or BLS or Air Knight or Sacred Crane, so just playing two of them in here. For the side, I mean, that's pretty standard. We do have one copy of Vampire Lord, so we have a second coming of Vampire Lord in this. Cool. All right, let's stop the yapping. Let's go ahead and get the match. One more match to finish out the series, and Paper Gang wins. We get to go first. Absolutely love to see it. All right, I just want to do some anti-shenanigans. That's what I'm really after here. No anti in this opener, but that's pretty good. I could set... Yeah, you know what? Let's summon out Facilier. And Heavy Storm's not real. Even if they do Heavy Storm, like, it's not the end of the world. I basically just lose Skill Drain, but... Upstart, sure. Duo? Yeah, I guess... Do I flip up Jog? No, I'm just going to let it go. This is fine. There are some cards off of Jog, I guess, like Reasoning I would want to protect from Duo, something like that. Okay, I guess I'm just going to Jar of Greed here. Monster Gate's pretty good, though. Thean in the Great Sphinx. Oh, God. I think I'm just going to attack. There's no need to Monster Gate because I have Skill Drain, right? I guess I could get into like a bigger monster, like a Sphinx or something. But I don't really think there's any reason to do that. Alright, we'll do anything on Declaration. I'll click the attack button. And then I'll do this because I want to do this after my opponent. Okay. This timing never works out online. But I want a Skill Drain. The opponent knows what I'm going for here. Yeah, they don't get their Spy. It has been deleted, and I'm just going to pass the turn. We pick our plus back up here. If I draw into something like Crane or maybe a Scapegoat at some point, then I'll throw down the Monster Gate, but... Snatch Steal. Yeah. Well, that's pretty good. Really need a way to deal with that. But no pressure alongside it. I do like that. Yep. Anti. Oh. We're just going to ring? Okay, that's fine. We're down to 2,400. Opponent's at 42. They're basically at 32. I'm going to go ahead and activate Reckless Greed here just because my life total is so low. Okay, Graceful Charity is very good. Ooh, Monster Reincarnation is very good too. All right, let's just activate Anti. The face down is my choice opponent. You're going to be taking 1,000 here. Down to 32. The Facilier almost wins. If I draw Sacred Crane off of this Graceful Charity or potentially a Sphinx. Oh, we got the BLS out of the hand too. They tried to win. Their 8 is no match for my 10. All right, now we'll use the Graceful Charity because Thean can go to the graveyard. That's fine with me. Draw Andro Sphinx. Ooh, and a Pyramid of Light. Okay. Yeah, let's get rid of Thean, and I guess... I can't really win here, can I? No, I guess, like, if I hit... No, I have a Skill Drain, so... I'm going to keep the Andro Sphinx around. I'm actually going to get rid of a Monster Gate, and then... This is so... I'm going to get rid of the other Monster Gate. This is so greedy. But I want to get back the Facilier, and I want to keep my Pyramid of Light for Andro Sphinx to maybe win the game on the next turn. Yeah, attacking for 28. Opponent's down to 400. Set my Pyramid of Light. Pass the turn. I hope they just set a monster and pass. so I can bring out Andro Sphinx and kill them. All right, upstart. Sure. BLS is gone too. That's... yes. Activate Pyramid of Light. Andro Sphinx, come on down. Oh, we got a nice little rage quit here. I'm absolutely keeping this one in here. That does not get better at all, but I'm going to grab another one. All right. Match 1.5 with Sphinx Gate. See what Strony's got going on here. Paper Gang? Okay, we get to go second for this one. That's all right. We got to go first for the first one. Now, this should actually be the last match. Okay, anti but no monsters, kind of sad. But this hand, it's not great. I do have a giant Trunade and a Snatch Steal, so like it's fine. But no, Demock. Okay, I think I'm willing to ante with a Demock. If they have a BLS, it kind of sucks, but that's all right. The face down is my choice opponent. What would you like to choose? Hopefully it's not BLS. Like pretty much anything else is totally fine. Yeah, you can read. That's fine. I don't expect my opponents to know what anti does. I am waiting. I'm having so much fun out here. This is awesome. Anti is one of my favorite cards, I think, in all of GOAT format. Okie doke. I'm glad people actually play along with like putting the card face down as well. That's really cool. Oh, we're lagging a little bit. Okay, Demock. Show me what you got. Sangan. Oh, to the graveyard. Beautiful. Take 1,000 opponent, please. Okay, no Sangan effect is pretty nice here. Yeah, I mean, the only thing I've got to do is just set Jar of Greed. Hopefully, hopefully we draw into something a little bit better here. Never mind. Opponent does know about our Demock now, which is kind of whatever, right? I think that's probably okay. Oh, just a pass, all right? Reasoning? All right, Reasoning is sick. Let's throw that down. There's no way they call 10. They call 4? Okay, we do have a 4 in the deck. Andro Sphinx is a little bit bigger than a 4, though. This is so sick. Unfortunately, I can't attack this turn, but we'll pass it on over and see if the opponent has an answer for this. They probably just Snatch Steal and ruin me. I mean, I can snatch it back, of course, but it seems fine. Would love a skill drain at some point. Would always love a skill drain at some point. I just love that card. Oh, Serpent? Sure. Creature swap? Eh. Alright. I'm not in love with that, and it looks like we're playing against a control deck, so yeah. Not great. I'll take 2,700 here. That's fine. I mean, like, we can snatch this back. Hopefully the opponent doesn't play any back row again. Cool. And we draw it to Facilier. All right. All right. That's some extra damage here. Maybe we can steal this one. At the very least, we can steal an Andro Sphinx. Do I even summon this? 44... If I do 3,000, the opponent goes to 4,000 and go up to 5. Yeah, I definitely want to summon this. And get in there. If the opponent has another creature swap, I just give them Facilier. And things are okay. If they have a Snatch Steal, I have Trunade. So, yeah. Get their Serpent back. Gain 1,000. They're 36. Like, I mean, Ah, heavy storm. Okay. That's pretty good. They get the Andro Sphinx back. I'm just gonna die. I'm only taking 1600 here, but I guess like a reasoning into, I don't know. Jar of Greed. That's not doing it. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna set it. Okay. Pass the turn. Don't summon another monster. Just attack with the Andro Sphinx, please. Blade Knight? Okay. It's not the card I was thinking of when I saw Creature Swap, but you know. I'll take 1600 here, and... Alright, Sphinx getting in there for game. We saw Blade Knight and Creature Swap. I can't remember if the aggressive, like, the warrior control decks that it did well at the GFC. I can't remember if they were playing Creature Swap. I think they were different. Maybe I'm not sure, but it makes it really hard to decide against something like this. But I guess we bring in the Lightning Vortex. We'll bring in the Mirror Force. We can bring in these. Maybe just call it a day there. We can cut these three. I'm totally fine with that. Air Knight's probably good here. Let's just cut the Dimension Fusion. This is probably like the worst card in this deck, right? Like Dimension Fusion's only good with BLS. Sure. I don't think I need to bring in the Mind Controls, especially if I'm seeing Blade Knight. All right, see if we can pick up this game too. Maybe we just get stomped and like the highlight of Sphinx Gate is just the little like couple minute clip of me destroying my opponent in game one and them quitting. That'd be kind of cool. Let's summon out Facilier. I'm going to set Skill Drain. I'm going to pass the turn. This is like the most telegraphed Skill Drain of all time, but I don't think we didn't show Skill Drain game one, so maybe the opponent doesn't know about the sauce. Rhoda coming down, sure. Hopefully they just get a Blade Knight and attack. Though we probably just grab DD. DD Warrior Lady doesn't do it here either. Hope you got an MST. And that's fine. Eh? DD Warrior Lady just dies. Yep, that's gone. Goodbye. Bye, DD Warrior Lady. It's an interesting thing, but yeah, no, it definitely, because it is on the field whenever it activates. Skill Drain does negate. Typing. Effect active on grave? No. Yep, never actually hits the grave, but yeah, this is good for us. Take out a DD Warrior Lady for free. I think plus 100 life points to their opponent. Heavy? I mean, Skill Drain's so good is the problem, but I could summon Crane. Yeah. I think I'm going to Heavy Storm. Skill Drain's really, really good, but yeah, they've got a Scapegoat too. I need to clear that. And a Saku, alright. I could tribute this for Air Knight and just like leave Monster Gate open. I don't hate that. Yeah, let's bring out the Air Knight. I know Facilier is big, but Air Knight is like actually dealing damage. And drawing me a card, so that seems pretty good. Oh, Pyramid of Light. Alright, I'll set that in case I draw into a Sphinx on the next turn. That seems fine. And we'll just pass over. Air Knight. Getting some time. Love to see that. Breaker. Okay, probably just crashing here. That's unfortunate, but... Oh no, it's going to break. Okay, I lose the Pyramid of Light. That's a fine trade for me. Do we have... Oh, Snatch Steal. That's not good. All right, so we're probably just gonna close out the season on an absolute blowout. That's all right. That's all right. I mean, it's not over yet. We have Crane with a Monster Gate. Things can happen. Heavy's gone. Oh, Compulse. That's an interesting one. Unfortunately, my DMOC is in hand, but let's see. Let's see what the Crane gets me, I think. Even if we get into... Yeah, we get into Sphinx Talia, that's fine. I'll just put that here in... Actually, I guess an attack position. In case of Sasuke. Sure. I'll just set the Compulse past the turn. Can't attack with it, unfortunately, but... We'll see. Maybe next turn I Compulse the Air Knight. Tribute over Talia. Go into Tear. Or not... go into Tear, yeah. I'm hoping my opponent doesn't go into Tear. Hopefully I can just, like, ram the Air Knight into one of those GOAT tokens, potentially. I think that'd be a bit better than just having a random Sphinx Talia. Oh, Air Knight's gonna attack. I think I let this go. I'm just gonna save the Compulse for Tear. Yeah, they take 600. That's fine. Oh, Exiled Force. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. Either way, this, I mean, it just works out super poorly for me, right? Another Compulse. I'm just gonna set it, whatever. I think we're gonna lose this one. I did my best. I summoned some Sphinxes. Skill Drain wouldn't have done anything, actually. Jinzo for good measure. Sure, man. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna Compulse the Breaker, play around Jinzo. I guess I'll just die. One ante to close it out. I guess I can just reveal, but whatever. This is funner. We got him. Get Dawn out of here. Opponent takes 1,000. We're going out in style. This has been a fun one. Whether I just got absolutely obliterated or not. All right, we'll click Admit Defeat. Give the opponent the GGs. So this is going to bring RGT to 1K to a close. Once again, big thank you to anyone who became a member on the channel. Thank you to anyone who supports the channel in any way. This has been a very long season. It had its ups and downs. It had some drama, had a bunch of adversity at the end with trying to get to 1K. But it was fun. I learned a lot. I started out like really struggling with the RGT decks, and I knew that going in. And one of the goals was to learn and get better, because the RGT decks, they feel like the style of deck that I would like to play. I love my combo decks, as a lot of people know, and I think I definitely succeeded in getting better. Am I a master? Absolutely not. But, you know, hey, I had a little bit of tournament success in the Academy League. I won the Slifer, I won the Raw. As of right now, I'm still in the Obelisk. But, yeah, I mean, it's been fun, even though it's been a long season. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching all of these, if you watched all of them, or I hope you got enjoyment out of some fraction of the videos or something. Happy to bring some entertainment, but yeah, that's gonna be the end of RGT to 1K. Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll be back with the next one.